Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Cultured Cabbage. This week, we bring you more news, and hey, for those listening to this at home or looking at what we see right now, you'll notice that we only got two dudes flying solo tonight. It's only me and Karl since Jacob is busy at the moment, so it'll just be us two handling the news this week. Say hi, Karl.
Hi, Karl.
Excellent. So yes, it is the lovely Karl and your favorite Southern Californian son DJ here to bring you the news this week. And boy, this week has been crazy when it comes to recordings. So obviously you guys heard the disclaimer on last week's one talking about the Daredevil recording, which we will do. We just had a lot of technical difficulties, and I'm having technical ways of getting the words out of my mouth right now. We had a lot of technical difficulties this week, and we're here in our own domain. We're here to bring you the news, and hopefully everything will work out. Maybe God will strike us dead in the middle of this. I'm not sure, but we have got some stuff to cover this week. In fact, we didn't really get to talk about it much last week, so let's sort of pick off where we were last week, shall we? Obviously, last week we talked about Wolverine and just overall Deadpool 3's news regarding it. And I don't feel like we got enough time to talk about the subject and simmer on it a bit this week. And so I thought it'd be appropriate if we brought it back this week to discuss it a little more, because I know that at least you and I had some choice words we wanted to say about it. So. Karl, would you like to start us off with that?
Sure. So, as most people know, Wolverine has been a staple of the X-Men franchise since the '93, since the animated series.
Yeah, and he was very popular even when he was first introduced in the all new X-Men.
Yeah, but Hugh Jackman has always said if he hadn't done Logan, he would have done a Deadpool movie with Ryan Reynolds, and he would have loved to be in the MCU if Disney had owned Fox, which they do now, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
So he's getting both of his birthday wishes, even though it's not his birthday.
Or Christmas.
Sure.
But yeah, and I feel like for someone like Hugh Jackman, who has pretty much represented the character for as long as he has, I feel like it's well deserved. I mean, I dare say this: when it comes to sheer iconicness, he is definitely up there when it comes to portrayals as superheroes. He is up there with Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, Chris Hemsworth as Thor, and Chris Evans as Captain America. But the thing was, he did it before all of them.
Yeah, but there was an actor who did it before him.
This is also very true.
If you know who I'm talking about. I am talking about Wesley Snipes, who played not Daredevil. He played Blade. That's a new movie coming out. He played Blade in the 90s.
Yes.
He is influential in the character. You read a Blade comic or even anything with Blade in it, that is Wesley Snipes' version of Blade.
Exactly. Because here's the thing. When it comes to films, before Blade, what did Marvel have? They had Howard the Duck. And I know they had a canceled Fantastic Four movie. And that's about it. I think there was a Spider-Man movie that was made, but it wasn't good or even widely released.
They've been making Spider-Man hate to say it, he was the logo of Marvel for a long time. He's the only character to jump continents from America all the way over to the good old Japan.
Very true, very true.
Where he got his own freaking Megazord in the 80s.
That's based. And I also know that there was a Captain America film in the 40s or 50s, if I'm correct. Or am I?
Yeah, Yeah, but that might have just been the kind of like how they did the Batman and Superman ones, just to sell bonds back then to get more relief for the war. That's they say that was the main purpose of Captain America. If you think, oh, he was designed to be a patriotic superhero,
No, he was
he
for war bonds.
war bonds. He also wants to tell stories about and help America get into the war of World War II, but he was designed after that to help sell war bonds.
Yeah, but I'm talking like big budget, like Hollywood movies.
Oh yeah,
Like
Blade, technically 89, but even then, Batman 89, Superman from 78. Those were
yeah,
like minor budget movies.
they did good, and I'm talking from like the DC standpoint. Yeah, they did pretty good, but from a Marvel standpoint, they had like nothing up to that point almost. Like I said, they had Howard the Duck. I think that was about it. Which that movie, is well renowned for how well it did. But
But yeah,
Wesley Snipes as Blade was, like you said, like pretty much the first iteration of a Marvel character who did great on, the silver screen. Sequels aside. And he was definitely the very first one where a character was where an actor was definitely linked to a Marvel character in particular. Um, but Hugh Jackman came pretty soon after him, like I said, in the X-Men movies, which were in the early 2000s to 2010s, with all their movies and I guess reboot, if you want to call it that. It wasn't even like a full reboot. Uh, X-Men, even in their movies, they can't keep their continuity straight, can they?
oh, that was a totally different role. It was just because Fox one didn't give a shit. It's like, oh, there's this little animation I saw back in the day from a comic store in where he's like, he went over, he was playing an evil executive. He's like, "Sir, the X-Men timeline doesn't make sense if you put where does this movie fit? Don't care, it's making me money."
Money.
And that's
Yeah,
all movies really care about if it makes money.
pretty much. And obviously, there'd be much more iconic actor character pairings. Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, so on and so forth. But Wolverine, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine was one of the first, not the first, but one of the first, and certainly one of the most iconic for one of Marvel's most iconic characters. So obviously, with Logan having coming out few years ago. Is it like 5 years ago since it came out? I think it came out in 2017.
I will Google that now if my internet doesn't die on me.
Thank you, sir. But yeah, it came out a few years ago, and that was obviously the last hurrah for Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Spoiler: he dies at the end. Um,
It was 2017, and technically he had one last cameo role. He did a small cameo in X-Men Apocalypse. It was small, but they did do a minor cameo of him.
that is very true. That was a weird one though, because like he was in I remember the scene in First Class. When Charles and Magneto are like going around pretty much gathering mutants to be a part of their X-Men, and they go into a bar, and
You get
Wolverine's
that?
there.
You get the infamous line, "Fuck you."
It's like
No,
one.
no, no. It is. Oh, isn't it just? Oh yeah, but isn't it fuck off?
Yeah, it's f off.
Oh yeah.
But it's I love that scene because it's hilarious, and it's completely out of left field because you're not expecting it to happen.
And apparently, according to a lot of people, that was an ad lib line. That was not what he was supposed to say.
That's awesome. And I even love how in Days of Future Past how they actually built on that scene, because obviously Wolverine is sent back in time to fix the future in Days of Future Past, but Charles is in the X Mansion, and he tells that to Wolverine when he's there. He's like, "Oh, I know you. F off."
Like, we came to you for when we need help, and I'll tell you what you told us. Fuck off.
It's amazing. For how many flaws they have, I love the X-Men movies. And I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. So I am very excited to see him come back to play the character.
Oh yeah,
Um,
he finally gets to work with an actor he only got to work with once in a very crappy movie.
yeah, both have done better since. Let's just say that. So, yeah, I'm very excited to see that happen. And I this gives me a good reason to watch the other two Deadpool movies.
which are now officially on Disney Plus.
Yes, sir. You can see boobs on Disney Plus.
Actually, no, they're not actually there. They get very close, but they're not actually there.
Really? You sure?
I don't remember them in the second one. There might be one in the first one. I definitely remember they were not in the second one.
Well, either way, there was boobs in Logan.
Yes, wait, there was. It has been
Yeah.
a minute since I've seen that film.
Well, you know how he's working as like a limo driver, and then there's like the what's it called? The bachelorette party, and or something like that. And she's like, whoa.
Oh,
She flashes him.
yeah. It has been a minute since I've seen that film.
It's a great movie. Absolutely fantastic. Which is why I'm glad to see Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine, especially in a R-rated movie like Deadpool 3 will be. So, was there any other thoughts you want to put onto that? Like I said, I basically say what I want to say, that I'm excited. I was hesitant at first, but I am very excited now. I love the character of Wolverine. I love Hugh Jackman. I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. It's going to be great. Legitimately makes me happy.
Yeah, and it also teaches that Ryan Reynolds knows how to, one, make an ad for his own gin in a Deadpool 3 trailer video announcement video. And two, he knows how to break the internet.
Ryan Reynolds can do whatever he wants, man.
He's Ralph.
Exactly. He even though that movie was crappy, not gonna lie.
Yeah. But the pun works.
But it does work. You are right. Yeah, I love me some Ryan Reynolds. He's amazing, and he could break into my house, and I would congratulate him. I love Ryan Reynolds. But anyway, did you have any other words you wanted to put on for Deadpool 3 in general, or specifically for Hugh Jackman as Wolverine?
Not really. That's all I have to say on Mr. Reynolds and Mr. Jackman.
Fair enough. I'm glad they're in it. Like I said, it makes me happy. But this is also going to make me quite happy. Let's move on to our first actual topic for today, which is also likely going to be in the big title we have. Although there's probably a story later that I'll put in the title just to get a little boost from the YouTube algorithm, because I know how much YouTube loves it. But it's also going to be in the thumbnail right here. Let's talk about Spawn. We have a new Spawn movie that is apparently in the works, or at least in the writing stages, and it's going to star our old friend Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, this movie's been talked about for the last 10 years.
Good Lord.
I think it's been 10 years at least. I'm not sure when this movie got the idea started popping up, but it's been around for a long time.
The idea for another Spawn movie has been around forever. So yeah, it's finally good to see at least we have something of note to talk about here. In this article, it says it's starring Jamie Foxx, so I assume he's going to be Al Simmons. He's going to be Spawn. Unless I am completely missing the point here, which I liked his portrayal of Electro. It was nice. It was okay.
Oh, let's rephrase that. Which version of Electro?
You know what? I will give the Amazing Spider-Man 2's version at least some credit. It was a decent version of the character. It was okay. I mean, the No Way Home version was better. I mean,
I just thought his version of Spider-Man 2 was a little too blue.
Yeah, I don't dig blue Electro. He should always be yellow. But that's my opinion.
Both color-wise and definitely personality. He was a little too blue in that film.
Yeah, he looked like Dr. Manhattan.
He was a Debbie Downer.
That too. He was depressing. But yeah, I liked him as Electro. I thought he was decent, and I've seen some of his other stuff, and I liked Jamie Foxx. However, I he wouldn't be my first choice for someone to play Spawn.
I think he's been attached for a long time. And then people keep asking, are you going to do a Spawn movie or something? Like, oh yeah, I'm still attached. I'm still attached to that film.
I definitely know that he's been attached to this movie for some time, but I'm just saying if it was my choice, he wouldn't be my first one. I mean, to be fair, I've always associated Spawn with Keith David, who he voiced Spawn in the animated TV show, and he also voiced him in Mortal Kombat 11. Like, to me, that is the voice of Spawn because one, it fits the character so goddamn well, and that he's just a very dark, intimidating voice, and he fits the character perfectly. And I know Jamie Foxx will probably do a great job, but I'm just saying he wouldn't be my first choice to play Spawn. But who knows? Maybe I'll be proven wrong, and he does a fantastic job. So yeah, like I said, this movie is currently within the writing stage, so hopefully we'll get some more info on it in the coming months, weeks, and hopefully that doesn't extend into years, like it has recently.
It all depends on how friendly Todd McFarlane wants to be.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on it, Karl? I know you aren't the most attached to Spawn, at least not compared to me. I bought the gosh dang book.
Yeah, that showed me $10 for.
I paid my debt. Don't worry.
You did, but it's still fun to bring up.
Yeah. But what is your thoughts on the Spawn movie?
It's not the first, like you said, it's not the first time Spawn's been in a movie. He got a move in the 90s?
I think it was early 2000.
Andy, Google. Come here, Google.
I've watched the animated series, and that is good.
It was 1997.
Really? Interesting.
Yep. So it could be interesting.
It's definitely been a hot minute since he's had a movie.
Yeah, but he's not like he's popped out of pop culture. Like you said, he had an animated series. He's done a few crossovers with DC. I don't think he's done anything with Marvel, but I know he's done at least 2, maybe 3 with DC.
Yeah, and of course he was very recently in Mortal Kombat 11.
So he's not like left the public's mindset.
No. He's definitely not within like the same caliber of some other, comic book characters like Batman, etc. But definitely outside of Marvel and DC, he's definitely one of the first that people think of when it comes to comic book characters, like him, the Ninja Turtles. That's a good one. Hellboy. That's another very well-known one, and obviously Invincible has come into the limelight recently.
Even also then, other ones are like Walking Dead. That was a comic back then.
Very true. So very true.
Pretty much anything. Not to go off on a little bit of a tangent, but anything the guy who created Invincible writes will somehow turn into a TV show.
Pretty much. But yeah, he's well known, but obviously he isn't mainstream as some other heroes are. I probably shouldn't even call him Spawn a hero, but characters are. But hey, maybe this will be the movie that changes that. Maybe he will be brought back into the limelight, almost in a Deadpool-esque role where he's known for being not for the kiddies. But it could also be bad, and he goes right back to where he was, which I hope doesn't happen. Because Spawn's pretty cool.
I'd say it all depends on if Todd McFarlane wants to play ball.
Yeah, because that's his character. Spawn's his baby.
Oh so, yeah. The reason why one is taking so long to get another one of that film, because he wants to direct the film.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be very interesting if and when this movie comes out. I hope it's great. I really do, because if so, then that means there'll be more Spawn stuff, which is great.
Speaking of movies that are good but are currently getting a bunch of hate, let's talk about the Mario movie.
Oh boy. Yes. It is currently destroying the internet currently. Uh the Mario movie, of course, the trailer dropped. I believe as of the time of this recording, I believe it dropped yesterday.
I think
Uh
so.
or the day before that. I can't remember, but it had dropped. I watched it. I watched it during the live stream, and I gotta say, I I don't hate it. I
So
mean,
what?
I know you aren't the hugest fan of Mario. Um, and did you even watch the trailer?
Eight, as well as people don't know, I'm not opposed to watching trailers. Like I don't think, oh, if I watch a trailer, I'll be spoiled on the movie. It's just I'll see them if I know the franchise, I'll go watch it. I don't really need a trailer. Only thing I've heard about the Mario movie trailer that came out is people are complaining like how they did with the Sonic movie. Like we got the design change of Sonic. Let's see if we can bully Chris Pratt out of this role.
Which is not happening.
Oh no. That animation is done. They are not going to recast that voice.
Exactly. So that's not changing. And honestly, I don't hate Chris Pratt as Mario. Like I said, he wouldn't be my first choice to play him, but no, I don't hate it. And of course, Jack Black as Bowser was marvelous. I loved it. And it's just it looks good. It looks for an Illumination movie, it's probably one of the best ones visually they've made. So maybe it'll be like the first great Illumination movie since like the first Despicable Me. But obviously trailers can be deceiving. They have deceived us before. So we'll just have to see. But my hopes are high.
This is a minor topic, but speaking of sticking with Nintendo for a second, Nintendo has announced they have officially launched a website for the new Nintendo Pictures brand. The brand admits to a product's unique and surprising video content based on Nintendo's IPs.
Which is very interesting when you consider that this obviously was announced after the Mario movie trailer. So, like, does this mean that we might be getting more, Nintendo licensed movie or just film products in general in the future?
Yeah, they could get not like people might think, oh, I'm not a big fan of Nintendo. Like I've played a few Nintendo games. My first console I ever had was a Wii, so
Gotta
but
love
like
the
we might get like uh oh bloody hell.
Zelda.
Zelda, thank you. We might get a Zelda show or a movie. More like it might be easier to do a show based on Zelda.
Yeah, I could. You cannot make a movie based off the Legend of Zelda like you can with Mario because the the concept of Mario is pretty easy to grasp. You know, guy saves princess from big old monster, and that's mostly it. And obviously there's more complicated than that, but that's like the general gist of it. But with Zelda, oh boy, you cannot condense that within an hour and 20, hour and 40 movie because what are you supposed to condense? There's no like singular Zelda story. Like, yeah, sure, a lot of them say the same things. As a hero, he gets power, and he kills but it's not that simple. So yeah, if it were to be adapted, it would definitely, at least in my opinion, and should be adapted into like a show of some kind or
So
something of this.
like each season could be like one based on one not one level, obviously, one game of each. Like for example, the first season could be based on Majora's Mask.
Uh,
No, I don't think that's the first one, but based on
but yeah,
Majora's Mask,
I definitely get what you're saying. Like, oh, like they could have a few episodes, or even like one episode that's like an hour and 20 or something like that. That's like based on the story of the game. Like, I very much agree that is probably like the direction they should go. Like, there was like a series of animated shorts released by the Pokemon Company, which was I think it was called Pokemon Generations or something like that. But showed like little shorts and stuff from each generation of Pokemon. Something like that could very well be what they would like to do with Zelda, just on a grander scale. Which, when I come to think of it, Pokemon's like the only thing Nintendo's really reached out in terms of film stuff, minus the Mario, like the first Mario movie. But we don't talk about that one. So yeah, I was gonna say I would love to see a Donkey Kong movie, but I don't want Seth Rogen to play Donkey Kong.
There would be a secondary problem of people just comparing it to Kong Skull Island. I hate to say it.
Probably
not as bad as like, oh, it'll be like a realistic one where Donkey Kong is in the real world. So it's like, oh, this is just like a Kong got Skull Island. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah.
The names are too similar, so my mind's trying to put things together quickly.
It's all good. Yeah, I definitely agree. And I just don't like Seth Rogen. And I love Donkey Kong. I do. He's one of my favorite Nintendo characters.
He big monkey.
He's a big monkey. What more do you want? He's got a little monkey. And he's got an old monkey. He's got a stoner monkey.
Actually, you know what planet he would fit really well on?
What?
The Arachnid Chip's home world.
Yeah, although he doesn't really fit the Arachnid.
The monkey part. He doesn't fit the spider part of Arachnid Chip.
Not quite. But yeah, and I would love to have if we're going like this role of just having like celebrities voice, Nintendo characters. Bring in my dream casting would be Tim Curry as King K. Rool. That would be amazing. Although that's very unlikely to happen. Although what, if there, I'm sorry that I'm going into like a tangent here, but a show or movie that I would love to see from Nintendo Pictures, even though I haven't played a ton of their games, I would love to see a Metroid movie because it's very much Alien inspired, and I like me some Alien. So it's kind of like a mix of Alien and Doom almost. So I think that would be like an awesome adaptation. Like if Nintendo really wants to get ballsy, sorry that I keep cutting you off. But if Nintendo really wants to get ballsy, they could make it like TV-14 or maybe even MA. I doubt that, but still.
No, would you do it kind of like how they did the Halo show, where she takes off her helmet all the damn freaking time?
I mean, to be fair, comparing Samus to Master Chief, there's one core difference. We've seen Samus without her helmet multiple times. I mean, even in Smash, there's Zero Suit Samus or without her suit. Wasn't the whole point of Master Chief is that you never saw his face for the most part? Like it was part of his mystique.
Yeah. But sticking with our movie-ish topic,
yeah,
we have a Harley Quinn Valentine's Day special has been announced for HBO Max on February of 2023. It'll be a big thing for DJ since he's a big fan of the Harley Quinn TV show, but he has not watched season 3 yet.
I was waiting for it to come out all the way. I'm one of those guys.
Shame him in the comments, everybody.
Look, I am very interested to see where season 3 goes because season 2 ended on such a wacky note. Poor Kite Man.
But also, you want to go do the next one?
Do you want to take the reins on this one? Because I feel like we should knock out all our movie news here.
Yep. So they have announced Sony has announced a new Tarzan film, and they aim to make it to reinventionize the character for the 21st century.
Which I have no clue what that means.
Can someone go give me the address for the Sony executive's office so I can slap them, telling them this is a bad idea? Stop, bad idea, stop it.
This is a horrible idea. You want to know why? Because Tarzan is in a story that is meant to be adapted for a modern setting. At least in my opinion. I mean, It shouldn't. Plus, it's gotten adapted so many different times. I don't think we needed another one.
I hate to say it, it's kind of a basic story.
I mean, yeah, it's a man who's raised by monkeys. That's pretty much it. Fine, pretty lady. I Tarzan, you Jade.
Which one? That was a very average name for the female character, Jane.
Jane.
But I will say, I've seen a better version of the Tarzan plot, and you will not believe where I found it.
Where?
It was in, oddly, the 10th season of Power Rangers Wild Force.
Please tell me like the Power Ranger and like it's a Power Ranger in question. Like, I don't know anything about Power Rangers, so correct me if I'm wrong. But like he's deserted, and he's raised by monkeys, and that he swings, and that he basically does Tarzan stuff, but he's a Power Ranger.
You're somewhat close.
Fill me in.
Think of it as more of like the secondary film where he like went to the new world, like went to the modern day, where the character of Cole, he was raised by a set of tribal people who happened to find him as a baby.
Okay.
So not raised by monkeys, but raised by tribal people. And when he became of age, said, "Here's everything we found you with," and it was a little red orb and a picture of him with his family, like his little baby. And he set off into the world to go find what happened to his parents.
Yeah, that's pretty much the basic plot.
And they kind of find out the bad guy they've been fighting the entire season was a guy who killed his parents.
Oh no!
All
How
because
could I ever suspect?
All because one, he ate spores he shouldn't have ate, and two, he was jealous of two of his partners who were dating, who were Cole's parents.
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough.
And I think he also killed him because he got jealous of that. Like they were all technically getting credit, but they were getting more praise for all the work they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, that is a way better version of that Tarzan story.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple concept, and I'm not too keen on seeing another adaptation on it.
But speaking of other movie products it's been announced that Avatar has passed $2.9 billion worldwide.
That is a lot of money.
I have one question. Who cares about this stupid movie?
Didn't it come out in 2009?
Yes.
It's like 13 years ago. Who the heck cares? Yeah, sure, it made a buttload of money, and I get it. It's getting a sequel, and I'm sure it looked amazing for the time. I just don't care. And you know what else I don't care about? Five Nights at Freddy's. Let's just get this one out.
I was gonna say, wow, we're bouncing around our top list, but okay. Here we go.
So the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. It's going to start filming next year. Obviously, this movie has been talked about for God knows how long. Which, when you think about it, it shares a lot of parallels with Spawn in that case. And that's the first time you'll ever hear Five Nights at Freddy's and Spawn used in the same sentence. Yeah, there isn't really much I have to say about this. I mean, I've never been deeply entrenched or really cared about the Five Nights at Freddy's universe, so it's not something that I've been interested in following. What do you say?
I was gonna say, only thing I ever care about that franchise is whenever the gaming theory guy does videos on it, because he is a funny guy.
I love funny. That Pat. I watched his videos on that too because it was very interesting.
But I think I played them once. I have one in my gaming collection on Steam, but it's just because it was a free game and I take free things. If I find a free game, I'm going to take a free game.
Fair play to you. So yeah, that'll be coming out. I really don't have any other thoughts to put on it. I like that video game movies are becoming more mainstream. That's about the only takeaway I come from it. Unless it's bad and it completely tarnishes the genre again. In that case, shame.
Well, speaking of movies, we're continuing with the topic. What's your opinion on Keanu Reeves, DJ?
I love Keanu Reeves. He's amazing.
Would you watch his comic, a movie adaptation of his own personal comic, Razor?
It's pronounced Berserk.
Okay, I was
Well,
trying.
Berserker. Berserk is a completely different. That's a manga. Berserker. Um, you know what? Yes, because I love Keanu Reeves.
Well, forgive me, it doesn't have any vowels.
Yeah, for those wondering why it was so hard to say, it is literally spelled Brzrkr. Because
But
screw vowels.
speaking of video games and somewhat ties to Keanu Reeves, a sequel game for the readily popular and loved game Cyberpunk 2077 is happening by the same people who made The Witcher, who are also getting a new trilogy being made.
What the heck, man?
I think
Busy,
only,
busy times.
well, I think the only reason why they're making new Witcher games is so that so Netflix can keep making Witcher show so they can keep Henry Cavill
Probably that. And money.
too. Heard it's very popular, but I have not watched The Witcher. I hated it. I don't really care about The Witcher.
Neither have I. And hey, let's hope that Cyberpunk 2077 doesn't get rushed out. That'd be very nice. Well, the sequel anyway.
Yeah. Speaking of Henry Cavill, The Rock is stirring rumors about Henry Cavill showing up in the Black Adam movie. Do you
What?
think the answer to the question is the obvious answer to the question is a post-credit scene if he does. What do y'all think about it?
I mean, go watch Black Adam coming out sometime this month. I can't remember when. Um, I feel like it's likely. I mean, considering the fact that they've talked about it and it's been mentioned this many times, it's probably very likely.
Uh, yep. Speaking of actually continuing with our DC topics, the Penguin has started filming what is aimed to start filming in January with Craig the Being currently in talks of directing an undisclosed amount of episodes. This will
So
be
yes,
based off of the Batman film that came out. Which I know this will be a controversial thing to say, but I say it is better than The Dark Knight.
it is a bold statement. Uh, but yes, a show based on the Penguins iteration from that movie. I'm sure will do well. I mean, people like the Batman, and I've heard nothing but good things about it. So maybe this can carry on that train of goodwill and perhaps even expand the world a little bit. Not too much. Expanding is well, what killed the other movies.
So I will say about the Penguin show, like I'll give the first maybe 2 episodes a try. If I don't like it by then, and I might find another time to watch it. But as DJ will notes, my list of things to watch are about 3 county miles long.
Good lord. Although to be fair, they are getting chopped down more and more as time goes on.
True,
They're
but
like a weed; they will regrow.
but speaking of other things, going back to video games for just 1 second, they announced a new Dead Space remake game for January
Oh,
27, 2023.
that's awesome! I've never even played a Dead Space game, and that's awesome.
Neither have I. I think that might be one in my Epic Games collection. I'll look
I
in.
know Jacob is definitely a fan of it, and you know what? Maybe one of these days I'll give Dead Space a shot because I know some of the games are on a good old PlayStation over there. And Fun fact: Isaac Clarke from Dead Space is a playable character in Skate 3 for whatever reason.
Yeah, that is an odd one. Why is he there?
I have no clue. You could also play as a slab of meat, Rob Dyrdek, and a skeleton. Skating
That
games are
is,
awesome.
yeah, they make Tony Hawk a lot of money.
To be fair, Spider-Man was in Tony Hawk. That's hard to beat.
Oh yeah, he had a nice why wouldn't he be? He was in Homecoming.
Oh, it all comes full circle, doesn't it?
Yeah, that was a
Do we
running
have
joke.
any segues for full circle? Well, you know what is circular? The moon. And you know when the moon shows up? At night. So let's
True.
talk about Werewolf by Night. So yes, the first episode of Werewolf by Night, or I'm still very confused. Is this a show or is it a movie?
How about see? I don't know. We'll tell you guys what we think about the thing next week.
You mean
Giving
the man thing?
no. I said next time. I
You
ain't talking
mean
about
you mean Man Thing, who is in the sure to be acclaimed Werewolf by Night.
who's better than Man Thing.
Don't even start it.
Yeah, I'm going to start this.
No, 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 no. Who? Who? Out of my own curiosity. Who?
Swamp X.
Yeah, you know what? You know what? You, Karl, you have swamp ass. Boom. That
Who
means
would
you
not serve?
smell.
I figured that out, Jack.
But yes, I will definitely be giving Werewolf by Night a good old watch because it looks like some fun. Then I'll tell you next week if it is indeed a movie or a show.
Yep. But yeah, do we want to do our controversial topic or do we want to go to some comic news?
Well, we are currently on Werewolf by Night, so let's get the comic stuff out of the way.
They have announced that DC has announced that a Lazarus Planet, a new event spawning out of his Batman versus Robin book. Mark Waid will be acting as the event showrunner alongside his expanded a creative team. Lazarus Planet launches this January.
So, looking at the cover here, I can see Poison Ivy, Power Girl. I can't tell which version of Batman this is. This is Bruce.
Yeah, this is Bruce.
Okay, just making sure. We got like a dozen different Batman right now. Let's see who else we got. We got Robin. We got Damian Wayne. We also have that Cyborg. Yes, that is Cyborg. And who's this here? Is that Wally?
Let me pull up the tweet because this did come from Discussion Films.
Yeah. So thank you to them. Yeah, I definitely see Batman, Poison Ivy, Cyborg, Power Girl, and Robin here, and I think that's Wally.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the tweet. It did
The
come
image
earlier
isn't the
today.
best.
Well, maybe people don't know. We do get our images from Twitter that I screenshot.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm trying to find it.
But while you talk about that, I also mentioned the other one that we had. Let's see here. Along with Lazarus Planet, there will also be a new Marvel book. Let's see here about the Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes, as he's getting a new costume in the new book Captain America: Cold War, which is Captain America and the Winter Soldier. It will be nice. It's a return to Bucky in at least in comic book form.
He hasn't shown up much recently, so it'll be nice under a new persona, a new costume, a new run for the old Winter Soldier. It'll be nice to see.
Yeah, people always love Bucky. They do call, even though it is kind of warrantly obvious. Not they didn't do it on purpose, but just have it around the same time. He is their version of Jason.
I mean, yeah, they are
Yeah,
fairly much the same
and let
thing.
me rephrase: Jason Todd, not Jason
Not
Voorhees.
not Jason Voorhees. Although to be fair, when you think about it, there are some similarities. I mean, they were both dead at one point, but then they weren't.
Actually, I think there are more heroes on the Lazarus planet than I think there is. So yeah, you're right. There is Power Girl, Batman, Poison Ivy, Robin, a Cyborg, and Wally. But if I turn to the next image, it has Batman, Cyborg, Martian Manhunter.
That's cool.
Either Clark or John Kent Superman.
They look too similar.
They do, so that is a problem.
Is that Huntress?
That might be that we have it has to be Clark's Superman because they have Electric Superman Blue. Batman wearing Dr. Fate's helmet for some
Why
odd
is he
reason.
wearing the helm of Nobu?
Cyborg looks like a mech suit.
He's Gray Onslaught.
A monstrous version of Martian Manhunter and two random women.
This story looks crazy.
Yeah, well, Mark Waid has never been the insane variety.
You
He
mean
probably
insane?
went. Yeah, he's never been. Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, just because
Okay.
he's been writing. He wrote The Flash, and that book is insane.
Good lord. Let's keep with the DC, and I just realized I'll also be jumping back to Marvel. But who the heck cares? Titans season 4. They're bringing in famous Teen Titans villain Brother Blood, and we get some of our first looks at him. I know, Karl, you've watched the first 3 seasons of Titans, have you? Or how much have you watched?
I've watched the first 3 seasons of the Nightwing show.
Yeah, the Nightwing show.
That's what this show is. This is a Nightwing show. It's the Nightwing show disguised as a Titan show.
Fair enough. And some movie called El Muerto. It's got a direct, I guess. It's a movie.
Yeah. So we have 3 other topics, but 2 of them unfortunately are a little bit controversial topics.
So yeah.
Which one does DJ want to do? Pick a card.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh, I guess we have 4. No, 2 of them are not controversial.
Yeah, so we have the last few episodes of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean will be releasing on December 1st. I myself am not a JoJo's fan. Jacob is. I'm glad. I'm sure he'll be glad to hear about this. And I know people have been, at least from the circles that I'm in, who enjoy JoJo, that they'll be enjoying Stone Ocean. So you know what? Good for them. Good for people. I don't know why the ocean is stoned, but it's none of my business. It's legal now, so who cares?
Yeah. Hate to say it, know what I think about whenever I hear the word JoJo?
Mojo Jojo?
No, but that's a fun thing to think about. Big brained monkey.
Who do you think of when you think of JoJo?
I think of this weird cartoon I watched back in the day, JoJo Circus.
I've never heard of this.
It's like this old claymation show of this girl who lived in a circus.
Huh. This feels like a fever dream.
Maybe it was a fever.
Maybe you've gone crazy, Karl.
It isn't the first. No, I'm right. I just found it. JoJo Circus.
What?
It started in 2003. My tab doesn't want to move.
That's rough, buddy.
The first episode was on September 28th, 2003, and the last episode was February 14th, 2007.
Fair enough.
I will send this image to DJ just so he can see that I am not insane.
Let's see this.
Actually, that is not a good one. There we go.
And while he does this, we are on the topic of December. Obviously, Stone Ocean coming out December 1st. Another thing that will also be coming out in December, which is also very much Christmas themed. So that's great to see. Actually, comes out the day after Stone Ocean. Violent Night, which from the synopsis I've read is Santa Claus saves a family from a gang of mercenaries, which sounds amazing.
You were just far away, so you were kind of echoey.
Then do you want me to put that part again?
No, just remove that part.
I'll remove this part then.
Okay, let me pause it for a second.
So yeah, Violent Night coming out December 2nd. Like I said, the day after Stone Ocean. December's looking like a good month when it comes to media. And it usually is, but oh lordy lord. Karl, you were right. I'm sorry I ever doubted you. And I'm realizing that this has unlocked memories within my head as well.
So you do remember JoJo Circus.
Oh no. Oh no. Someone help me, I'm scared.
But okay, another topic we have. Let me switching back over to our new news file.
This is about Elon Musk.
He is going through with his buying of Twitter for $44 billion. Some people are happy. Some people are happy about it. And some people are not very happy about it. Well, sorry. Some people are happy about it. I mean, not happy about it. Some people are not very happy about it.
Why does he want Twitter?
Don't ask me. I'm not friends with Elon Musk. But he will be the first African American to own a big social media company.
What do you mean?
All the other ones have been owned by white guys.
Elon Musk is a white dude.
No, he's Albanian. He's albino. He's African American. He's albino from South. He's from South Africa.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
Oh crap. I never knew that. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh god. I've just exposed myself on the internet. I didn't know that was for true. I thought he was just a white dude.
Elon Musk was born June 28, 1971 in Pretoria, South Africa.
Well, that's awesome. Maybe he met Justin Gabriel there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just vote DJ as a closeted racist.
No.
I'm kidding, everyone. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
You guys won't be able to run this show without me.
True. So we're trying not to get you canceled.
Thank you. I didn't know that Elon Musk was from South Africa. The more you know every day.
So we only have two left.
Yeah. So let's talk about Scooby-Doo for a second. I love Scooby-Doo. In fact, it's probably going to become a yearly tradition for me to watch Scooby-Doo and Kiss the Rock and Roll Mystery every year before Halloween, because that movie is insane, and I love every second of it. But let's talk about the new Scooby-Doo movie that will be coming out called Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo, which sounds like the name of a Peanuts short now that I think about it. I'm just saying, if they'd called this the Great Pumpkin Scooby-Doo, it would have had the same effect. But yes, I was about to say longtime member, always been member of the Mystery Gang. Velma is now confirmed a lesbian in the new Scooby-Doo film. Uh, as it says in this article here, Mr. E can remember googly-eyed and speechless when encountering costume designer Coco Diablo. When looking at the screenshot here, well, for one, this actually looks like a almost a take me back to old school Scooby-Doo. If that's what it looks like to me, like it's an older style, which makes sense. I mean, with a title like Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo, it very much sounds like a very old school retro style Scooby-Doo movie. Although this costume designer, Coco Diablo, she is very much out of place when it comes to character design in this screenshot. I don't know if that's just me, or maybe it's because the fact that the Mystery Gang is supposed to be just like their kids from the 60s. But like just seeing the two here, like the contrast is real. Yeah, this isn't Velma's first time being a lesbian, or at least bisexual. I feel like this is the first time she's been like confirmed lesbian. Because I know that she gets together with Marcy / Hot Dog Water at the end of Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. I don't know if she was confirmed as a lesbian then, or if she was bisexual, because I know that obviously early in the series she was with Shaggy, which that led to some weird moments. That was very strange. But yeah, honestly, sure, why the heck not? I mean, I don't plan on watching this movie. You know, it doesn't look that interesting. It looks very generic, even for Scooby-Doo, which makes me very sad.
Last time I watched,
go
ahead. I was gonna say, last time I watched something that Scooby Doo wanted to just forget was the Unknown presents the Scooby Doo and Curse a Cowardly Dog movie. Just because I like that old cartoon.
Oh, I need to watch that. I totally forgot that was that came out. I need to give that a watch, actually. Thank you for reminding me, Carl, because I love Courage the Cowardly Dog.
That's the reason why I watched it. It's like I like Scooby Doo. It was fun. It's two of the three shows that the former art director of Omniverse, Derek Day White, worked on was Scooby Doo and Scooby Doo and Omniverse, as I mentioned. The only thing I didn't like that he did work on was Transformers something. I don't remember what it was called, but I just didn't like Transformers back then, and I still kind of don't now. I like the films, but that's because Big Boom. Big Boom
Michael
fun to
Bay.
watch.
Michael Bay.
You're like, you push button, Big Boom.
Exactly.
Another
You gotta
button.
love it. But yeah, I mean, I don't hate the choice to turn Velma into lesbian in this movie. I mean, like I said, it's happened before. But my concern was with the characters' designs. I mean, I'm a pure artiste when it comes to animation. Why does she look so different compared to the rest of them? Pish tosh.
My question is, why do you sound like a combination of J. Jonah Jameson and Phantom Strider on YouTube?
Go get me pictures of Spider-Man.
Yeah. Which I just thought was something interesting.
Oh, go
you
ahead.
See how she got with the hot dog water at the end of Mystery Incorporated?
Yeah.
So technically Velma effed herself.
Very true, because some people might not realize that Marcy / Hot Dog Water, whatever you want to call her, is voiced by the actress who played Velma within the live-action Scooby-Doo movies. I don't have her name at the moment. Maybe Carl, our facts guy, can help me out with that. But she played that character within the show. One of my favorite characters in the show. Because I love Mystery Incorporated. I mean, some episodes kind of stunk, but a lot of them were great. But yeah, I mean, when you put it in those terms, yeah, you are factually right.
Linda Cardadini played Velma. She is current. Yeah.
Send the name over to me if it's hard to pronounce.
Yeah, let me click on her name. Yeah.
Sure.
She is well known for now screwing Hawkeye.
Wait, she's Hawkeye's wife in the
Yep.
movies?
Yep.
God, now I can't remember freaking her name.
Laura Barton.
Laura, thank you. Yeah, Linda Cardellini. Yeah, you're pretty close.
Let me make sure I'm right that she is the one screwing Hawkeye. Yeah, I was right. Screwing Hawkeye. She is
That's
screwing
awesome.
him.
Getting the arrow. Oh God. But
So
yes,
we do have one final topic, leaving off on a happy note.
gotta love it.
Static. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I feel like that was the perfect lead-in because I was just gonna say that people love Static Shock. Take it away,
Yep.
Carl.
Static is getting a new book by Nicholas Dapper Ivory. It is Static Beyond. The artist and actually the writer and the artist is quoted as saying, I will be writing and illustrating a short story featuring an older Virgil Hawkins and a Terry McGinnis in his early years as Batman coming in 2023. Hashtag Static Beyond, hashtag Static Shock, hashtag Static, hashtag Batman Beyond, hashtag DC, and hashtag Milestone Media. As we all know,
awesome.
as you know, DC's recently have been pulling more Milestone stuff after his odd departure in around 2000, what was it? 2011-ish. With this unfortunate, yeah, with the unfortunate passing of the one great Dwayne McDuffie, rest his soul.
God rest his soul.
He is known, not to go on a tangent about Dwayne McDuffie, but known for writing a lot of the DCAMU, not DCAMU, DCEU, DCAU. There we go. Finally, too many acronyms. DCAU properties from starting with Justice League, going onwards, and coming over to the Ben 10 franchise up until he got one last credit in Omniverse because he wrote the first pilot episode for Omniverse, but after that it was somebody else. But his wife is a big part of that.
So yeah, we'll be getting a new Static book soon, which is great. Like I said, people love Static, and you know people also love Batman Beyond. So it's going to be a nice little crossover gimmick there. So
Well, yeah. Batman Beyond has technically two new books out. One is the Batman Beyond Neo book, and the other one is Batman Beyond the White Knight.
Which we need to read.
Yes, we do, but it's not done yet, though. So we're gonna wait till it's done.
Yeah, just like how I waited for Harley Quinn season 3 to be done.
Yeah, but yep, I hate to say it, that is our topics.
A lot of some good stuff this week. Not anything truly groundbreaking, but we had a lot of stuff to talk about. And hey, just want to say this. Hi, Jacob. We miss you.
Yeah, sorry. Not that you didn't know we were going to do this. We did tell you in advance we have to do something. Otherwise, this has been a very unproductive week.
Very true.
So we have to do something. And he knows in advance that we're doing. Actually, wait. We have one other topic that I happened to find just now because it's now highly trending on Twitter. It's just for you, EJ.
For me? What is it?
Okay, you should have. You don't have this service, but interesting. A reboot of a 1987 supernatural horror film of the same name will be dropping on Hulu on Friday. Hellraiser.
Oh shoot! Wait, they're making a new Hellraiser movie?
No, they're just dropped. Yes. It is dropping on Hulu. It's dropping on Hulu.
They're making a new Hellraiser movie.
I think it's done. It's just dropping on Hulu today. Let me make sure it's on Hulu right now. Let me grab my phone.
First Prey and now this. This is base.
Good day for. Actually, it's technically bad day for DJ because you don't own these services.
No, I do. Own Hulu.
Oh, you did? Oh, I thought you didn't own Hulu.
I do own Hulu. It's Apple TV. That's the one I don't got.
Yep, here it is. Hulu has Hellraiser.
Well, what do you know? Good old
Yep, so
Pinhead.
yep, that is the. But yep,
You
that is our
opened the
final
box
topic.
and he came.
Yep, and that's our final topic.
Well, you know what? Gotta love it when we leave off on a horror themed one.
But I did forget one other thing though.
What
If you
is
had-
it?
If you guys had a fun time, go find DJ's house and get him a cookie.
God,
Hmm?
God dang it. God, I swear. I swear. Enough with the cookies. I don't need to get doxxed. I don't need people showing up to my house, and I don't need them to give me cookies. I'm fine. I have enough cookie intake. I'm a very sweet person, and I get my daily dose of milk. Thank you, and goodbye.
Okay, fine. Give him a piece of cake.
No. Also, happy birthday, Mortal Kombat. It's been a great 30 years. Maybe you should have put something out for your 30th anniversary. But hey, that just means spitballing here, other than your game, your most recent game and movie. But you know, who the heck cares?
Hey,
But-
hey, you'll say one thing. At least it's better than what Zelda, Nintendo did for Zelda. They did absolutely shit. Besides
That
saying
is fair.
happy 25th anniversary, I think it was. Or 20th anniversary. They did some anniversary. They did nothing. At least Mortal Kombat's trying something.
Yeah, very true. I'll give Boone the break on this one. But anyway, that is all the time we have for this week. Thank you, fellow Cabagers, for watching this. And on behalf of everyone here, which is just Karl and I, and Jacob, who is here in spirit, bye-bye.
See y'all.